Hi guys, if you don't know me, my name is Blake. I run this channel and I'm just decided to start up this new YouTube series. I'm going to do this every month and it's called the Hertfordshire Gig Guide. And basically I'm going to talk about local musicians, local events in Hertfordshire and just try and promote them. The reason I'm interested in doing this really is I'm a local musician based here in Hitchin. I love playing events, I love doing gigs, but the difficulty really is getting people along to your events, especially those that aren't your family or your friends or friends of friends sort of thing. So I really wanted to try and attract an audience of anyone that's interested in music and budding musicians as well. I'll talk about open mics that are in the area. If you are a musician, please get in touch, let me know. I'll do these every month like I say, so I'll do another video at the end of December, so let me know if you've got gigs coming up in January that I can advertise. And it's just so important, to keep live music venues going and really promote music from the very grassroots up to kind of successful signed artists. To make this easier for you, I'm going to timestamp the video in terms of the towns that I'm talking about, and so depending on where you're living, you can kind of look for what events are on near your area. So that's everything. If you'd like to support me, please like, share and subscribe to this channel. And I'm going to start with open mics in the area. Okay, so in terms of open mics, for all the ones that I'll mention, the people who are running them will be their information will be given in the description of the video, or the events will, so just click down there and check them out, especially if you're a budding musician or you want to go and see some local artists play. So firstly, the ones that happen every week. Every Wednesday, a really nice guy called Michael King is a great musician as well. He hosts an open mic in Hitchin at the Angels pub. Definitely check that out. It's a really cool place to play. Every Thursday and Sunday night, Kev Maher, and again I'll put his link in the description below, really nice guy. He runs open mics at the George in Hitchin, which is a really cool pub to play at and really supportive if you're kind of just getting started as a musician or you want to show off some of your own original music, let's say. He also runs an open mic in Letchworth every Wednesday at the Koi Koi Bar and Vino as well, and that's great. They've recently renovated it. It's a really nice bar, really nice place to play. So any of those, they're constantly going on, so check those out if you're interested. In terms of the ones that are sort of more periodical that are coming up in December, there's quite a few. So Mark Smith, I'll put his information again on the videos, really nice chap. I've played a lot of his gigs that he's done. He's doing quite a few this month, so at the 6th of December he's doing an open mic at the Hen and Chickens in Baldock. On the 12th of December he's doing one at St Nicholas's Tavern in Stevenage. On the 14th of December he's doing one at the Checkers pub in Wrestlingworth. And on the 20th of December he is doing one at the Buck's Head in Little Wymanley. So there's loads to go and choose from if you're from any of those areas or nearby. Also in Little Wymanley, actually, on the 14th of December, two really good friends of mine, Chris Andrews and Marcus Watson, really nice guys and great musicians as well. They're hosting their own open mic, and that is at the Plume of Feathers in Little Wymanley. So if you're interested in performing your own music or getting out there or listening to kind of any of your sort of local artists that you might not know about, definitely go and check those out. Certainly worth doing. You might discover something great. So now I'm going to talk about gigs that are going on that you can go and watch, and I'll split it up based on kind of the towns that I'm talking about. So depending on where you're interested in looking, you can look at the timestamps of the video. In each case, I'll put a link in to the artists that I'm talking about, their Facebook pages or any contact information you might want to have to find out any more about the event or to sort of follow them on social media. So let's go. Let's start with Stevenage. So what's happening in Stevenage? There's a load of events that go off at the Draper's Arms. They're all run by this company called Venues Possible. It's mostly things like DJ nights, quiz nights, karaoke, so on. So if you're interested in that sort of thing, go and check them out. Again, the link's in the description. In terms of live music, first of all, there's a really talented singer-songwriter called Melanie Quinn. She's playing at the Granby in Stevenage. It's actually the end of this month, and by that I mean November. So it's the 30th of November. I said I'd put her in the video because she's really worth seeing, so go and check her out if you're seeing this before that date. Also, Borough Busker is a fantastic thing. So Stevenage Football Club, every home game, before the game, they let a local performer come and play. If you are a performer, If you're interested in doing it, get in touch with Jay Drackford. He's a lovely guy, really sort of involved with the local music community. You get 2 tickets to the Borough game as well, so if you're a Stevenage fan or you fancy going and seeing the football, do that. I've done it myself. It was great fun. I got absolutely soaked through, but it was good. It was really good fun. It's also worth mentioning Jay's got his own radio station, well, not station, radio show out at the moment on SG Radio. It's on Sundays, really worth checking out. He talks to local artists, promotes local artists' music. It's on Spotify and it's also on Facebook. So I'll put a link in the description to that. And if you're interested in kind of hearing local artists talk about what they're doing, talk about where they're playing and so on, a lot like in this video, then go and check that out. I've just mentioned Borough Busker, and one person playing Borough Busker is Magenta Slippers. So very funny, very glamorous, very entertaining drag act. So I'd strongly recommend you go and see Magenta. Magenta's playing the Borough Busker before the Forest Green game, which is on the 26th of December. So if you are going to watch that game, make sure you go and listen to some of the music as well. I'm sure you'll have a really good time. And as we're talking about Christmas and New Year, there's a gig. One second. That's better. Okay, there's a gig on New Year's Eve at the Crown on Aston End, and Mark Sullivan is playing. Fantastic musician, really great to watch, really entertaining guy. You'll have a great night. So if you're there New Year's Eve in Stevenage, go and check Mark Sullivan out. Okay, moving on. If you are based near Bishop Stortford, then I'd strongly recommend you check out Steph Scott. So she's playing at Water Lane Bar and Kitchen. That's on the 14th of December. She's a really talented artist. She does a lot of absolute bangers, by the way, covers. Really worth going to see, and you have a great night out when you're watching her. So if you're local to there, definitely check her out. And again, description's in the link below. If, however, you live in Letchworth, on the 22nd of December at La Concha, the really nice sort of tapas restaurant, Briar Rouge is playing. So she's a really sort of glamorous, talented singer. And that would be a really nice atmosphere as well. So if you fancy tapas and listening to some nice music, go along on the 22nd of December and listen to Briar. If you are local to Baldock instead, you can also catch Briar at the Christmas Fair on the 7th of December. There's music throughout the day, but she's on about 3 o'clock. So if you're really into Christmas, then you can catch her there. On the 11th of December, Catavalorni, which is really hard to say, but a really talented folk band, are playing at the Orange Tree in Baldock, along with Gorgeous Rex. That'll be a really good night, so go and check them out if you live nearby. Mark Sullivan, who I mentioned earlier, is actually at the Old White Horse in Baldock on the 13th of December. And on New Year's Eve, there's going to be a great night at the Cock in Baldock. So Ollie Bond is playing a set. And then after that, the Sound Arc DJs are finishing off the night. So if you live nearby, you're wondering what to do for New Year's Eve, that'll be a really good evening. So make sure you get along to that. If you live locally to Welwyn, Garden City, go and check out Connor Jesse Wells. He's playing on the 21st of December, and that's at the Green Room. Really talented musician again, and links in the description below. I'm just going to keep this on for the rest of the video. So finally, Hitchin. So loads and loads of stuff going on in Hitchin, so I'll just cover it briefly. If you're watching this very quickly after release, then on the 29th of this month, November, there's a few things going on. So firstly, Steph Scott, who I mentioned earlier, is playing in Hitchin. She's at the Radcliffe Arms, my local pub. I've played there a few times, really enjoy it. And like I said, she's great. Go and watch her play. Also on the 29th, really talented local singer-songwriter who writes all his own stuff, Pete Woodruff, is playing. So he is at the Uva Wine Bar in the centre of Hitchin. That's on the 29th. And then on the 30th, he is at the Angels Share in Hitchin as well. So if you're local to Hitchin, go and check him out. Really great to perform, a really great person to watch. After that, on the 13th of December at the Three Moorhens, Connor Wells, who I mentioned earlier, is playing a gig as well. So go and see him if you're local to the area. On the 15th of December, there is a bottomless brunch at the Speakeasy Club, which is the perfect combination of things. If you like brunch and you like music and you like bottomless things like Prosecco, like I do, then go along and watch the music. Again, it's Briar performing there, so that'd be a really, really great event to go along to. Um, and then there's a few other quite big things coming up as we get towards the Christmas period. So on the 22nd of December, there's a really cool event happening called George Fest. So Kev Maher, who I mentioned earlier, he's doing an all-day event at the George. There's loads of talented musicians playing, and it's all for a great cause. So raising money for a charity to kind of build schools, a building project in Nepal. So really useful sort of charitable thing that's going on, and a really great event. So if you're around for that, make sure you go along. There's lots of people playing throughout the day. And on the 23rd of December, he's actually going along with his band, the Scallywags, and playing at Club 85 in Hitchin. It's a really great place to play in Hitchin, I'd imagine. I haven't played yet, but I'd really like to. But really great music venue. Go and see if you can get tickets for that. Make sure you go along. That'll be a great event, and there's a lot of people playing as well. So finally, the 24th on Christmas Eve, also at Uva Wine Bar, Magenta Slippers is playing. So just before the Christmas period, go along and have a laugh and listen to some great music by a really entertaining drag act. So if you like anything you've heard, you live locally to any of these places, then please go along and support local music. It's so important that we keep it going, just to keep venues open, keep musicians developing, and keep the local scene kind of building. If you're a local musician and you'd like to get involved in anything, please get in touch with me or any of the people that I've put in the description below. And if you like this sort of thing, you'd like to be mentioned in the next video, or you kind of would just like to hear what music events are going on, please like, subscribe, and share the video. And I'll do my best to get back to anyone who comments or gets in touch with me. Thank you very much. Have a great December, and I'll see you in a month.